Hello guys, my name is Evans and welcome back to this tutorial. I'm continuing to look at the 2017 October-November IGCSE ICT paper 3. In the last video we ended with step number 10, and in this video we start with step number 11. So step 11 says that new data has just arrived for Barbados. Okay, I don't know if you pronounce it that way, in March, and the British Virgin Islands in April. Edit this data in the spreadsheet to show these changes. So the destination, the month, and the extra visitors. So in Barbados, you have in the month March 2015, and the extra visitors is 70,041. And in British Islands, you have got April 2015. Okay, and the extra visitors are those. So how do you tackle this question? The first thing is that if the month has changed, then the period changes. Okay, notice that the year is still the same, 2015. The year remains the same, but mostly it's the month that we change. So if the period for the months change, let's say from it was January to February, now it is January to March, then that means that the number of months change also from 2 to 3. If the period changes, let's say if this one was January to February and now it's April, so it means the period now goes to from January to April, which is 4 months, and so you have got the number of months as 4. So let's go ahead and change some of these information. So the first value is 70,041. Okay, 70,041. That will be the first value for the new data that has just come in, and we're going to add this. And the second value is 6857. Okay, so let's quickly go and change that. So yeah, so what we're going to do is I forgot to mention one thing in the last video, that you need to make sure that the contents of the cell are fully visible. So double click there and expand the contents of the cell. When you go to print, make sure that it fits on a single page. Okay, so that should be fine. So for the period, Barbados is January to February. Now we are told that the information that has come there, it has reached the month of March. So we're going to change March to March here. So from February we'll add March. So March is just supposed to be MA. Alright, please don't finish and add like March like that, otherwise it makes the period inconsistent. So March. So since it has moved from February to March, the number of months now covered in the period are 3 months. Okay, and then we need to check the number of visitors that came. So the number of visitors that came, it is actually let's see, 70,041. That's what we said. So you are going to add this value. You're going to add to 70,041. So you can do something like this. You guys, you're mathematicians. This shouldn't really thin. So you have the value. For example, you are adding 146, and that will be 520. Okay, and you're adding the new value, which is 70. Is it 7,070,041, I think. Okay, so you are adding this value to the existing one. Okay, and you guys, you are mathematician now. I don't need to. Okay, so that is going to be let's go. So starting from the right, now we can't start from the right on this one, but it's going to be 1 6 5 6 11 2. So it's 2 1 6 then comma 5 6 and 1. Okay, so that would be the new value that you have to change. Okay, so I'll copy this this value is 2016 561. 2016 561. That's the new value for the period that has changed. Okay, so you need to indicate this. Now how you are going to indicate this, you need just to replace the existing information that is there. So it's 2016 561. Let me not forget, remind me. Okay, remind me, what was the value again? Come on, let's go. So it was 2016 561, I think. Uh-huh. Okay, I think it was that 2016 561. If I'm mistaken, I can always paste it up there, and we'll see if I got it right. I can paste the one I copied here. Yeah, 2016 561. That's fine. That's the beauty of copying. Okay. Um, yeah. So this one is done for the first part. Let's look at the data now for the second part. So the second part is to April. So the period changes to April, and this is the new value, 68,457. 68,457. So let's go ahead. Let's start first of all with the period. British Virgin Islands. Okay, British Virgin Islands, which is here, and the period changes to March, to April. And when it changes to April, which means the month changes as well. The period is from January to April, so there are 4 months there. And the value we are adding a 211. Let me just get my pen here. It's going to waste a lot of time for me. Okay, let me just get my pen there. You guys don't use don't use what? Don't use a calculator. You're not allowed to use a calculator. If I see you using a calculator, you'll be in trouble. Okay, so well, I can't seem to find my pen. I don't even know where I've put it. Okay, we're just going to go for the same method. So Virgin Islands is 211543, and the value that we are adding it to is 68. Should have been 54, or rather 457. Okay, 68457. So once you do this, so you just add the other value there. Okay, so let me see. Well, alternatively, what I can do is I'm trying to think of. Let me just see. So this is supposed to be 68 and 457, and you do equal to, and then yeah. So that would be 0. Then that would be. Why am I doing the hard stuff? Why am I doing the hard stuff? Okay. Alternatively, what I can do, guys, is that I can just simply put an equal sign there and paste it there, and it will adjust. Okay. So then I copy this one which has adjusted, which is 280,000. Copy it and paste only the numbered part of it. Okay. And once you do that, that means you've eliminated the formula, and the formula, I mean, you don't have the formula. So you just have to find something that is going to work out for you. Okay, so yeah, I think we're done with this one. Unless there is any part that we've left out, we can continue with the next part. Okay, so next part says print all the spreadsheet showing the values. Make sure that it fits on a single page portrait, and the row and column headings are not displayed, and the contents of the cells are fully visible. So go ahead and just print this one. So there's nothing much that you're changing. Just go to print and make sure that it fits on a single page, and go ahead and print this. Okay. The number of pages down here tells you it's 1 of 1, which shows you it's just 1 page. If it's 1 of 2, it's telling you that there are 2 pages and you should do something about it. Okay. Next step. Okay, so next step says in cell E24, enter a function to calculate the total number of visitors for all destination in 2015. Okay, so E24, that's where it's supposed to enter a function which calculates the total number of visitors. Okay, the total number of visitors in all destination in 2015. Okay, so go down here, and E24 is supposed to be here, and it's here. So the total number of visitors for the period, so it's supposed to be, just go on insert and insert let's see, no, on just type equal sign first, and under auto sum. Please work out for me. Okay, good. Then we just need to reduce on the number of cells that we've selected. So the range is supposed to be from E4 to E22, and that will give you the total number of visitors for this period. Okay. Next step, in cell E25, enter a function to calculate. This time you're calculating the average number of visitors to all destinations in 2015. The average number of visitors in all destination to all destination in 2015, and that again you're going to use a similar function. So just here, the next one, you go to, let's say, auto sum, and this time you're picking up average. Now the thing is that the average is supposed to run from E20. It's supposed to run from E4 to E22, which is the last period or the last value that you have there. Okay, and hit enter key, and this should be your average value. Okay, next one is in cell E26, enter a function to calculate the number of visitors to the most popular cruise destination. Okay, so the most popular cruise destination. Now, the most popular cruise destination is the destination with the highest number of visitors. So, in other words, you are looking out for the highest value in this column, and that gives you the highest number of, rather, the highest number of visitors. Okay, so let's just verify which one you're supposed to write. So calculate the number of visitors. Okay, so the number of visitors in 2015. So what I'm going to do is to use a function which is going to calculate or to retrieve which value in this column is the highest value. So go to max and specify the range again. So it's supposed to be equal to max and specify the range. It's E4 to E22. Okay, that period, and then hit enter key, and that is the highest value. Okay, then the next one is supposed to be, okay, step 15. Yeah, should be step 15. We're from doing step 14. So step 15 says in I4 use a formula to copy the value held in B4. Okay, so in I4 we need to copy the value held in the value held in B4. So what you need to do is in I4 is where? Here. So in I4 you need to copy the value held in B4. So just put there and then click on B4, which is this one. Okay, so put your cursor in I4 first of all, then equal sign, then B4. Okay, so that means you've copied the value that is there. So you notice that what is there will appear also there, and notice that it has actually appeared there. Okay, and we've been told to do what? We've been told to replicate the formula for each destination. So just go ahead and replicate this formula, select it and double click there, and it is replicated. Next, you're supposed to in cell E27 enter a function to return the name of the most popular cruise destination in 2015. Okay, so in cell E27 we're going to enter we're going to look up the name of the most popular cruise destination. So again, you need to use one of the lookup functions, and you need to determine whether you're supposed to use VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP. But in our case, since the data is arranged in both tables vertically, then we're supposed to use VLOOKUP. Okay, so VLOOKUP for this one. So what we need to do now is to go to the table. So we are retrieving the name of the most popular destination. Okay, my students are here, so they're kind of making noise outside. Okay, okay. So here we are going to use the VLOOKUP function. So VLOOKUP, and we need now to start providing information. So the information that we want to provide in the VLOOKUP, the range for the information we want to find the value which is the highest. We've retrieved that this one is the highest value, or the highest number of visitors that visited E26, and then we're going to compare this one in the table array. We're going to compare. So the table array is still going to be this this cell here. So let me just put this down. So we're going to compare the cells listed here. Let's just drag it to be there. So starting from this same place, highlight all the cells all the way to I. Okay, why to I? Because I will be the name of the destination that is being retrieved. Okay, why didn't we select this one? Because the lookup value is always, or is usually, the first value in your table array. Okay, so you cannot go this side. You need to start this side, because the searching starts from left going to right, and not from right going to left. It starts from left going to right. So this is why we are asked to copy the value from B4 to I4 and replicate it, so that the same value there, we can retrieve the name on this end. Okay, so this one will be perfectly fine. And then the column index, it's the column number of what we want to return. So E is 1, F is 2, G is 3, H is 4, and I is 5. So the column index will now be 5, and the lookup, the range lookup, will be false, because we are trying to return the exact value. And when you hit enter key, and there you go, it returns Cozumel, Mexico. Okay, so that is on this one. And okay, so it says let me see. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to stop this video here. I think I've used a lot of time. Let me just verify that. Okay, so I've used about 16 minutes. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to stop this video here, and I'll continue with this video shortly, rather with the next steps shortly, and then we'll be winding up with the paper. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you shortly in the next video.